G'day everyone, welcome. On today's show, Kia and Audi are getting serious about electrification of their fleet. Tesla has a utility-size battery storage solution, maybe for you, and well, this and a heck of a lot more. Plus, your chance to win on my subscriber giveaway. G'day everyone, my name's Chris and welcome to this week's roundup on everything happening in Australia and somewhere around the world in the space of technology and sustainable things like batteries, solar, wind, and well, electric vehicles and more. If you're new to the channel, welcome. Give it a thumbs up if you enjoyed the video, and if you really enjoy it, consider subscribing because as you'll learn later on, this month of August, there's a subscriber giveaway. But before I go any further, last week I launched my Patreon page, so links up there if you want to look at it, or actually more precisely it's down here. And I really want to welcome on board my two newest members. We've got Chris Herman and Thomas Dam, and thank you so much guys for joining. I've got a whole different plethora of choices that you can do. You get exclusive behind the scenes content, you get perks and things like that that you just can't get here. And well, joining right now in the month of August might be just worth your while, so hang around to find out more on that. Okay, first up, the Tesla Hornsdale battery. Now, this was the first of its kind in the world and has so far delivered more than $30 million in actual profit and savings for the company who installed it. And Tesla has gotten and upped itself by getting a utility scale pre-made battery product for the electrical market. So look at these photos. These new mega packs, they arrive pre-assembled and they're pre-tested in one enclosure. Each one has a battery module, bidirectional inverters, a thermal management system, AC main breaker, and controls. And there's no assembly required. All the utility has to do is connect the mega pack's AC output to the site wiring. So what Tesla has done here is significantly improved upon what was already pretty much a great product, but I'm guessing maybe like with the Hornsdale battery, it was actually a very bespoke, that is like unique product that they had to engineer together. This, on the other hand, can be installed up to 10 times faster. This is their own words, and it uses 40% less space and has 10 times fewer parts. The implications for this are many. I mean, check out all these reasons as to the benefits of going down this pathway. Next, who out there knows what can cost car makers in Europe 95 euros when we're talking about grams per kilometre? You're going to look it up, or you probably already know the answer anyway, don't you? It's the European emissions standards, and well, that's how much car makers have to pay if they exceed the mandated levels as per the European Union. And well, we all know that come in 2021, 2022, that those standards are going to get significantly harder. But you know, there is a company that I'm glad to say is actually ahead of the curve and has announced this week they're going to be undertaking a strategy to ensure that they don't exceed that target. And well, as you have recently learned from other car makers, they've entered deals with other car companies and have joined forces to try and minimize the fines that they have to pay. Essentially, if they don't have an electrification strategy or they produce dirty diesel vehicles, they're going to have to pay a fortune, billions of dollars. So to ensure that Kia actually meets the European requirements, they're going to introduce in Spain a car sharing platform, low emission tyres on every vehicle, company cars for staff would be electric vehicles, all the dealers' demo cars will be EVs, and all the company service cars would be EVs. So this comes off the back of that in Europe, unlike Australia sadly, they've recognised the fact that road contributes about 12% to the CO2 emissions and well, other nasty stuff. And well, if they don't reach these targets, then you know basically they're not going to be able to sell their cars. So they're doing all they can, and this is extraordinary. And to be able to go to a Kia dealership and see their staff driving around in EVs, test driving EVs, it's going to cement EVs in our future. This is awesome. All right, haven't done this in a while. Time for some bites. This segment's all about small, digestible parcels of news around renewable technologies, as this show is. And before I get there, I want to shout out a big thank you, because I've had a bit of a surge this last week. All these people, and now I've got 12 referrals, have used my Tesla referral code. So if you're in the market for a Model S, X or 3, and I'll talk about those first two in a moment, consider using my referral code. You're going to get 1,500 kilometers of free supercharging. But heck, let's just fast forward to the first point right here, right now. Tesla had withdrawn the lifetime of free supercharging for the Model S and X, and what day and time is it? They've reintroduced it again. Crikey. I've done a whole lot of video on that, and links down below if you want to go check it out, or maybe it's up here somewhere, about how Tesla changes its mind as quick as it changes its undies. And well, if you don't like change, maybe Tesla isn't the company for you. But nonetheless, they've reintroduced it once again, that if you buy a brand new Model S or X, you can get free lifetime supercharging in your car. People have asked, does that apply to used cars? Because they withdrew that earlier this year, and there's been no word from Tesla yet. Conversely, Elon Musk in this tweet has suggested that if you've ordered your Tesla Model S or X and it hasn't yet been delivered, they're going to apply it to that car upon delivery. Yes, so I'm hearing the pain out there. If you've recently purchased and got your hands on one, congrats. I'm very jealous. I love those cars very much. Just the crazy, crazy expensive in Australia. And well, you know, I get it can be disappointing, and I feel for you, I really do. Up next, Audi is going to introduce yet another electric vehicle to its lineup, named the E50 Quattro. I've got to say, this thing looks a little bit like a Subaru. Just a little? Am I wrong? Let me do a little bit of an animation now, and let's see if I'm right or wrong. What do you think? Does it look anything alike? Maybe, maybe not. Looks a subjective thing, aren't they? Yeah. And this is why we need all manufacturers to produce EVs, because not everyone wants to drive a Tesla. Yeah. So details are a little bit light on right now, and well, it's subject to European release only, but typically Audi brings everything out to Australia, and I think we'll absolutely see this here. Bit of detail, it produces 230 kilowatts of power and 540 newton meters of torque. They've got it hooked up to a 71 kilowatt hour battery pack, which will have a WLTP cycle of about 300 kilometers per charge. Not bad at all. The battery pack in the Audi E50 is going to be 71 kilowatt hours, capable of doing about 300 kilometers on the WLTP cycle. Capable of receiving both a normal AC wall charge for level 1, 2 charging at home, all the way up to level 3 DC fast charging of about 120 kilowatts. So that fast charging is roughly, I don't know, about half an hour to get that battery up to its full juice again. And this will be very appealing to most, because people seem to have a real issue with EV range still, even though we only do 20 to 40 kilometers a day on average. Just saying. Hitting the showrooms hopefully next year. It's currently under evaluation as per Audi Australia, and I'd love to see this car down under. Next up, dog mode. Yes, the controversial mode that people are saying is not really for dogs but for humans. Awkward. Nonetheless, a Twitter user reached out to Elon Musk and said, hey Elon, your dog mode's kind of a little bit stuffed. If you've got the car set to manual with the aircon, it's not going to work. Yikes. So within 2 days, read that, 2 days, Tesla was able to code and send out an update to fix it. That was close, right? But just in case the update hasn't happened on your Tesla yet, all you need to do is ensure that your AC is set to auto. You can still use dog mode, but just right now, unless you've had this update, make sure it's actually in auto, okay? Key, auto, remember that. And Good job, Tesla. 2 days. That's amazing. Legacy car makers, Chris, can you bring the car back in? We can slot you in about 3 weeks' time. Yeah. No, don't leave your kids in the car. You get the idea. Next up, Hyundai has announced that from 2020, it's going to introduce for most of its car variants rear occupant monitoring. Sounds a little bit big brothery, but it's actually quite a good feature, and I think this is something all car manufacturers will have to be doing very, very soon. And that is using ultrasonic sensors. When you leave the car and it detects there's something in the back, could be a dog, could be a human, like a kid, very important, especially on those hot days. The car will actually sound the horn like a car alarm to get your attention. If you ignore that and you've got your premium service, it will actually message to your phone, hey, check your back seat. Also, it will send an email to your account just reminding you to please check the rear and just acknowledge that it's actually okay and it's all clear. This safety feature will no doubt save hundreds of lives the world over, because unfortunately people do leave the kids in back seats, and I get accidents occur and some are really devastating, and I'll just, as a parent, it just kills me to think about the remorse that these parents must have. So this feature, I think all car manufacturers should be doing it, and the sooner the better. Alright, so that will do it for Bytes today, and well look, if you've got any questions or comments, please do put them down beneath. I really do love to hear from you. These type of comments and questions here, I generally respond to them as quickly as I can, and look, you guys are a great community and people are helping out other people, and I'm seeing a good dialogue going on there. It's all really respectful, really appreciating your help, and yeah, let's keep this going. Alright, back to some more mainstream news items, and well, Wodonga Council has taken an extraordinary decision to actually allow people to park in the Tesla supercharging bays. And well, this kind of reeks of a bit of a flip-flop from them, and to be honest, I don't get it. A little bit of background for those who don't know. Tesla sometimes pays for supercharging locations, like at service stations or at malls and things like that. Other times, businesses actually ask for them to come out and put superchargers at their place of business to, well, get people to go to their business to business it. That's a term. No? Okay. You get the idea though. So when people actually think about, oh, I'm going to do a road trip today, and wouldn't it be awesome to go visit this beautiful winery in country New South Wales? There is a supercharger at a winery in Australia, and check out these views. Honestly, I think I want a glass of wine right now. But you get the idea. The premise of destination chargers, superchargers, they're paid for by Tesla, they're not paid for by Tesla. It's a bit of a barter, a bit of exchange. And well, the Wodonga City Council's decision to let ICE cars, that is internal combustion engine cars, the conventional petrol, diesel, parked there, it doesn't seem right, does it? This is a primary stop, like a major route along a major highway, and it breaks up the journey beautifully. And if you're getting low on juice, the equivalent of let's all just go park our electric cars at a service station and leave them there for an hour, 2 hours, or even all day, it doesn't make sense. And people will be up in arms and they'll be angry and they'll say, those EV drivers shouldn't be parking at the petrol bowser. Yeah, no, they shouldn't. And nor should ICE cars be parking at the charging points. And the etiquette if you've got an EV is after you've charged, move your car out of there. Make it available for the next person. Be a good person of the world. Yes, please. Some awesome Australian Twitter users have reached out to Wodonga Council to consider reversing this decision. I think it's a wrong decision and they should definitely reverse it. And speaking about icing, can I just do a quick little shout out to my local shopping centre, that's the Watergarden Shopping Centre, where they do this. Now, this is actually a really good move by this shopping centre at Water Gardens in Melbourne, Victoria, Australia. And what they've done is they've actually put up some barricades to actually, you call security and they will come and unlock the spot so that the car doesn't get iced. It's a really nice move, and obviously it takes a little bit of time for them to do it, but at least then your spot's not going to be blocked by an ice car. So, well done to Water Gardens. How awesome. It makes you feel like a valued customer. There's been some very exciting other options out there with number plate recognition, a little remote in your car to make a thing drop down. There's options out there to stop icing occurring, but this plague, no doubt, it's about to get a lot worse. Why? Because the Model 3 in Australia. Rumors are, and let's see this works out, okay? I'm recording this and it's going on YouTube, so this is going to be wrong forever, but whatever. August 16, that's the date that's been thrown around. There's already one Australian review out, and I'll link it up there and up there and down there if you want to go check it out. The reviewer makes a good case. He's actually a bit of an EV enthusiast. He himself is organised on the Model 3, so like going to purchase his own one, and he gets EVs. So I'm really encouraged that he's got some really awesome things to say, and well, his criticisms of it were fair, but he was definitely very glowing, and nice to see for a change that someone wasn't missing the sounds of an exhaust note, because that type of thing just should stop. The sound of silence is a beautiful thing. It really is. In fact, let's take 10 seconds now to... okay, sorry about that. I don't know where I went, but this is definitely not a meditation show. Oh no. In fact, this will wake you up. You ready for a little bit of a hurt? ANCAP has rated the Tesla Model 3 5 stars out of 5. Well done, Tesla. There's no surprise here. It's rated very, very well worldwide so far. And, well, great job. You can look at the report yourself, and the link is below, plus all the other articles I'm talking to today. All the links and references are down there, so if you want to go check them out, please do. Okay, who wants to save $1,300 to $2,000? Everybody would, wouldn't they? Well, there's a new program out there that is encouraging people to join this club to actually pull together interested EV buyers to then get a fleet discount. Yeah, this is great. Let's get into some details. David Malecki and Evan Damanen of the Good Motor Initiative help buyers by negotiating with them to get into an EV. And well, these guys are approaching Renault for the Zoe, Nissan for the new Nissan Leaf, and Hyundai both for the Kona as well as the Ioniq. Details are below once again, but there's a little small joining fee, but this is definitely offset if you go in with these other EV buyers. And all they need is just 5 people, and they don't all have to want the same model variant. So if you want, let's say, the Elite interior on one of the Hyundais, and someone else wants a Highlander interior, that's cool. They just need 5 people who are going to purchase from Hyundai, and then they can attract that fleet discount. And again, anywhere from like $1,300 to $2,000. Good saving to be had, and a great way to get yourself into the EV market. All right, second to last story for today, and well, unfortunately we had to turn to the Victorian solar rebate scheme. And note to self, let me talk to you about the solar Powerwall 2 just very briefly. Tesla reached out to me today, and they're going to do a site inspection on Wednesday. Yes, all right, I'll keep up to date on that one. All right, back to the Victorian solar scheme. Just a few days ago, they launched another release of the 2.6 gigawatt solar rebate scheme. This is a massive project which will help homes, consumers save money, decrease their impact upon the environment, lower our CO2 emissions and all that really good stuff, as well as help business install those solar installations. The amount of money is like $2,225 for a saving that could be had on a 4 kilowatt system. So it's not a small little tiny system. Goodness no, that is a significant contribution by the government to help homeowners put solar on the roofs. But what they're doing is they've been rationing it. And well, up until I think it was April this year, they were doing these small little allotments and it was causing a bit of a riot, and there was problems of many, which I'll go into in a moment. So they stopped it. And they've just restarted it, and they've got big, huge problems. So let's dive into the detail and let's do some analysis around this. So the scheme offers like a cash back rebate, as I said, of like $2,225. Early August, after opening it at 9 AM, 3,767 solar panel rebates were completely filled within 90 minutes. That's 90. The problem with this scheme is that it's creating an artificial demand bubble. And that's my own term. Goodness, there's got to be a better one out there, but I'm going with it. Essentially, you've got this government who's putting out just little breadcrumbs to consumers and ultimately to businesses. And people are having to flock in and be online, ready to go like a keyboard warrior, and hopefully, just hopefully, get into this scheme. Otherwise, well, it's a finite thing and the money will run out at some point, and so people will sadly miss out. Nonetheless, it's creating uncertainty in the marketplace for solar installers. So if you were going from April to July with essentially very, very little business coming in because everyone's waiting for the next release, and then they open up for 90 minutes and they're all gone, and then they wait for the next release. You get the idea. It's hard to run a business when it's just not consistent. And well, the same sort of thing happened with the solar battery scheme in Victoria. I was very much surprised that the 10,000 on offer at the election last year suddenly turned into just 1,000 for this financial year. I get they need to program it, stagger it, hope that the costs decrease over time so it saves the government some money. But nonetheless, this is hurting both consumers and companies, and there's definitely got to be a better way. And the Smart Energy Council Australia and the Clean Energy Council Australia has petitioned and actually marched on Parliament to demand that the Energy Minister, the Environment Minister, actually consider changing this and improving this, because, well, heck, there definitely has to be a better way. Good luck to you if you're one of those people, and keep us up to date. Put a comment down below if you're affected. All right, well, before I wrap up today's show, remember it's August. Hey, definitely, I remember it's August because this last weekend I had 3 birthdays. I have my 2 daughters and my father's, so happy birthday kids, happy birthday dad. But this next week's my birthday, and that means I'm giving away the presents to you guys. Yeah, you get presents. Not 1, but 4 presents. And well, this week, let me just get it. If you're a subscriber or a Patreon member, you could get yourself a Model 3 matte protecting skill from Abstract Ocean. Now this thing's great, and if you know the interior of the Tesla Model 3, you know that it's actually like a fingerprint magnet. Yeah. To celebrate the launch of the Model 3 in Australia and to get you guys to subscribe, all you have to do to win this little sucker is 1, be a subscriber or be a Patreon member and fill out the form below. Once you fill out that form, your entry is good for the whole month. So if you don't win this one, that's cool. Next week you could get yourself something different. Yeah. Week after, something else different again. And the bonus here is that subscribers, you get 1 entry. If you're a Patreon member, you get 2 extra entries, so you get 3 entries. Oh my gosh, you can see me counting in my head there. That was ridiculous. But nonetheless, if this isn't something of interest to you, that's cool. I don't mind if you sell it on, that's completely up to you. Or heck, you might know someone who's actually getting a Tesla Model 3 and you will look like the most awesomest friend in the whole wide world. Good luck, all the best, hope you win. And yeah, watch this space because I'll be drawing it on basically, well, Friday morning. The entries close this Thursday at 11:59 p.m. All the terms and conditions are across on that website, so go check them out. All right, that's it for today's episode. It's been a long one, so apologies in advance for that. Again, questions, comments, please put them down below. If you love the episode, give it a thumbs up. If you love it, subscribe. Heck, you can win stuff. Winning's good. Winning's great. And if you do nothing, be good, be green.